Hi guys, welcome to the MMA UK news. My name is Stoomboy, MMA UK BJJ show as always. So tonight we're going to be talking about Evolution of Combat 9. So that's going to be held next Saturday, the 11th of September, Maryhill Community Halls. I don't exactly know what time it opens at. I think it's usually around about 5 o'clock. So obviously more details will be following in regards to that. So obviously going to be a great show again. The usual, we've got grappling, we've got kickboxing, and then obviously followed by MMA. So there's quite a lot of really good fighters which we're going to be speaking to over the next kind of 7 days in the lead up to it. So obviously tonight, my guest Harry Welsh of Jax MMA. So Harry's going to be doing his amateur MMA debut. Obviously, by all accounts, obviously everybody I've spoke to about Harry said obviously very hard working in the gym. He loves training. He mentioned himself. We were talking off air. Did obviously he's got a bit of an amateur boxing background as well. So yeah, he's going to be fighting Yusuf Kurt, Yusuf the Turkish Delight. Kurt, as he likes to be called. So, and Yusuf had his debut at the last Evolution of Combat 8, where he finished his opponent first round guillotine. So Harry, listen, absolute pleasure to have you on, buddy. Thanks very much for taking the time to speak to myself.
Cheers for having me on, mate.
Yeah, not a problem. Listen, amateur debut. So, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I feel brilliant. It's the best shape I've ever been in my life. The lightest I've been. I'm just in phenomenal shape just now, so can't wait to put on a good performance.
Definitely. I say you come from a good team, obviously Jax MMA, so obviously Dale and Jamie up there obviously doing wonders with you guys, whether it be MMA or jiu-jitsu or whatever. I'd say I was speaking to Jamie and a few of the guys from the gym today. They were at the Scottish grappling event. So how is it with the team? I mean, is it important for you to have a good kind of foundation, a good team behind you?
Oh, yeah. It's a brilliant team, man. Ever since I've came there, they've just been so welcoming. Brilliant training partners. I'd say it's probably one of the better grappling gyms in the country, if not like one of the best. The amount of medals and that they win. And Dale, he's put so much time into my training camp. He's put so much effort in, so I'm really grateful for that, and it's all going to show on Saturday.
Definitely. And they're always nice people. I mean, anytime I speak to them at competitions and stuff like that, I mean, Dale especially, as I say, Dale, he's always willing to take the time out, obviously having chats with me and stuff like that. So, same with Jamie as well. I say Jamie's exactly the same. The big man, Gary Muir, I know he was on today. It wasn't his day today, but as I say, Big Gary will come back, obviously a lot stronger. But I mean, that's one thing about Jax. Jax always has, whenever they come to certainly jiu-jitsu comps, they come ready to fight and they're always willing to put on a show.
Oh, they're brilliant, man. Brilliant.
Definitely. So for you, obviously, you had a bit of amateur background in boxing. So what made you go from boxing over to MMA?
Well, I first got into MMA when my dad got into it. So he stayed in Manchester. So this was years ago, like when fucking Chuck Liddell was like UFC champion. So I used to go over and visit him in Manchester, and he used to take me to the gyms, and then we take me on a few training sessions, can show me some of the basic like grappling stuff and that. But when I came back to Arbroath at that time, there was not really, I would have been about 13, 12, maybe 13, 14. There wasn't a lot of MMA gyms in like a wee town like Arbroath, because it was nothing like, MMA was nothing like what it is now then. So I kind of got into boxing. I took more to the boxing side more when I was in Arbroath. So competed there, had 8 amateur fights, and then after I had a fight booked just before the first lockdown.
Yeah.
And honestly, I trained my arse off for it. And then just the week of the lockdown, it got cancelled. So I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to get proper into the MMA and stay at it. And then after the gym, once the gym started opening again, I joined Jax, and I've never looked back. It's been the best experience ever.
Nice. And your dad, you mentioned obviously your dad trains down in Manchester as well. I did see some pictures of your dad. What's his name? Is it Gary Welsh? Am I right?
Barry
Welsh, yeah.
He's moved to Australia now, but he used to train at ASW in Manchester.
Yeah. Under Kev Owen and Chris Thompson's gym. Yeah, so yeah, good. So, what is he still training out in Australia?
Yeah, he's not doing it as much but he says the gym near him's not as good as the other one. But I think he's doing it now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because definitely it's one thing. I mean, if you get into whether it be jiu-jitsu or martial arts and stuff like that, I mean, you're always going to be around it forever.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? You're never ever going to lose that kind of passion or that looking forward to going to training and stuff like that. So,
definitely.
um, so hopefully he still continues training out in Australia. So, and then the fight. How did the fight come about for you? How did you find out about the fight?
Well, I think Dale put my name forward for the next show at the Evolution of Combat, and I must have found out about 4 weeks ago or something, 3 weeks
Right.
ago. So I've just been training my arse off. I've been training twice a day some days. I've just been putting in the work.
Yeah. And obviously your opponent Yusuf Kurt. So do you know much about Yusuf at all, other
Uh,
than maybe what you've seen online?
no, I've seen a wee bit. I've seen the clip of him fighting. That's about it really. But
Yeah,
I'm not really focused on what he's gonna do. I'm more focused on what I'm gonna do and
yeah,
being as well rounded as possible.
yeah, definitely. And what kind of things? I mean, when you go into an MMA fight, because I know that obviously me coming from a jiu-jitsu background, you see guys when they're going to compete and they get very, very nervous and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I know that you've had some obviously amateur boxing background. So, I mean, do
Yeah.
you ever get affected by nerves? Does it affect you at all?
Well, that's where I think it'll help me because it's a boxing match, but it's the same sort of thing. You're fighting in front of a crowd of people, you know what I mean? So I've had to
Yeah,
deal with like the first fight nerves, which is just fucking mental, and then you've got every fight it gets a bit easier, and you learn how to handle it a bit better. So I think that'll be good for me having that experience before starting amateur MMA. I think I'll be able to keep myself really composed.
yeah. And I say that having Dale in your corner. So I think Dale's going to be there that night with you.
Yeah, he'll be there
Yeah,
in the corner.
yeah. So having Dale in your corner, I mean, I know that Dale, as I said, I see him at jiu-jitsu comps and he kind of keeps all the guys kind of level-headed. So if
Oh yeah,
maybe guys are nervous, he'll step in and obviously help them with that and stuff like that as well. So that's
well,
good. So
there was a boy, well, my mate Liam, he was fighting not that long ago, but last month,
yeah,
and I was in the corner as well with Dale and watching how he does everything. He handled it like really professionally. Getting like
yeah.
he was just shouting instructions. It was like he had the remote control, just like and Liam was just listening to everything he was doing. Finished the boy
Yeah.
in the first round, so it was good to see.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely the sign of a good coach. As I
Yeah,
say, a really good coach. As I say, when he shouts instructions, then you, as a fighter, automatically do exactly what the coach says. So
yeah,
that's a good description of a coach and student, a coach and fighter kind of situation. So yeah, Liam. They were telling me about Liam as well. They were saying that. Obviously, yourself and Liam are two of the guys that they reckon are going to go on and do big things. So I know that
yeah.
Jamie was mentioning that. So they're definitely excited when they were telling me about you and Liam. So
Like, we're always beating the shit out of each other every day, man. Good fun
nice.
for
Definitely. Well, listen, I'm going to be at the show anyway. I'm going to be there next weekend. So, and so I'm going to be able to get to obviously see you. And then hopefully, what we do as well is at the end, after the fights, obviously we're the winner. So hopefully, we'll be able to get a chat with you after the winner as well. So, we've got a quick comment coming in. So, official disc kid saying all the best, Harry, from Sleepy and Wee Man, top lad.
cheers, Sleepy Joe.
So, so yeah. So now, anybody? Last thing for you, then. I mean, anybody you want to kind of thank? So, any kind of family members or teammates of that you want to give a shout out to?
Well, big shout out to Dale, Jamie, Liam, Bradley, uh, Stefan. I'm trying to think. Just everyone, all my training partners at the gym that's been helping me get ready for this fight. Big shout out to my dad as well for getting me into this. And yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously we're looking at obviously being an amateur. I'd say that we don't have any sponsors for you yet. So obviously anybody looking to sponsor obviously an upcoming MMA fighter, amateur MMA fighter, then definitely how do they get in contact with yourself, Harry?
Just through my Facebook page or my Instagram page at Harry Welsh 99.
Definitely. So no, listen, I'm buzzing to see obviously you. As I said, I managed to see Yusuf. Yusuf looked good last week. So obviously, hearing about you today from let's say Jamie and stuff like that, as I can't wait to see. Promises to be a good fight.
Yeah, man.
As I said, Jamie said, I mean, you're definitely a hard worker in the gym. You've got some great technique, whether you're on the feet or on the ground as well. So listen, I'm buzzing to see what you're going to bring next week, buddy.
Yeah, man. Be good to see
All
you.
right. Nice one. Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, buddy. All right,
Cheers,
you
man.
enjoy the rest of your night, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Take
See ya.
care, buddy.